We were together about 6 years, and my second son is his biologically. My first son is not. June 2019, he was killed. And I've been having a hard time raising our son since losing my best friend. Thanks in advance for any advice. Allow yourself to grieve, but also stay open to the idea that the universe, God, however you label that energy, may send another human being your way that can step in and fill the void. All right. I think that's very important. It's like, don't close yourself off from the opportunity of finding new love. I know it's hard when you lose your best friend. I can't even imagine having to go through that type of grief and having to kind of find your way through that. But stay open to the idea. It happens, unfortunately, every day. We lose people. Husbands lose wives and wives lose husbands, and we lose children. But we have to stay open to the possibility that the universe is going to send a new person along the way to help us build out this new version of us and our family. Right. So that's my 2 cents worth on it. I hope it adds value to your life. But the reality is, at the end of the day, we still have to continue living. We still have to keep living. So, again, that's what I wanted to start with this one, so that we gave it the time and we didn't feel rushed at the end of the episode. But this also brings me to another thing that you and I need to discuss, and I think there may be some value to discussing it on the podcast, which is making sure you have your affairs in order. I know you and I started a conversation offline that I think it's not problematic for us to discuss online, which is having a will in place. Having insurance in place, having a nest egg in place. Is there anything that I'm missing? Like a will,
power of attorney, your directive, your health directive. That's, a lot of people forget that. Like, God forbid, if one of us are in a coma, you have to give, if you have it in writing, it's in writing. You know what to do, because at that time, I think I give the directive and put it in place, meaning legally I write it, Royale, do not resuscitate me. If it is in, something that looks dire or whatever, I have the right to write it out.
Do you want me to resuscitate you?
I don't know. It depends on what it is. If it's just like a car accident and I need something, or the probability of me gaining conscious is 70%, yes, let me live. If it's anything more than that, then I don't want to be sitting in the bed, burden everybody coming to see me, and there's no hope. I know God can change or do whatever.
God is in the miracle business.
But maybe you put a time frame. After 8 months or 12 months, whatever it is, let me go. You know what I mean? But that's my choice, not your choice, not to keep me for 6, 7, 8 years. And, you could have hope. But, again, I don't want you to rack up bills and, be bankrupt because I'm on this ventilator machine that's costing you, like, you'll never get out of debt from it. You know what I mean? So there's things you can put in place. And I think the power of attorney is very important as well for both of us, putting the kids in order. Who do we want to handle what? And then with the will, who gets what? You know what I mean? So all those things are very important. And like you said, the insurance, the life insurance, do you just want burial
What's the value?
insurance?
Here's the thing. What's the value of insurance? Let's talk through that, because there's all kinds of different insurance policies.
Right.
But let's talk about one. What's the purpose of insurance?
The purpose of insurance, I think, for a married couple, should one of them pass away, it took one agent to break it down to make it make sense to me. Insurance is there just to replace that other person's salary, which made perfect sense.
So the other spouse can have a quality of life without you having to be.
Correct. Okay. You're not trying to get rich quick or whatever.
Because that's what black people think.
Yeah, that's not what it's for.
My aunt passed away, she in her will, or she had insurance, and her family got $1 million, and that's not their purpose of insurance.
The purpose is, and he broke it down, should something happen to Royale, how much does he make a year? X, Y, and Z. Okay, what would you need to make it for the next 20 years so you can live comfortably? Let's just give a number of $100,000. If he makes 100 grand a year and for the next 20 years you want to be okay, you might need $2 million. You know what I mean? That's what it's for. If he's making $50,000 a year to replace it, okay, so you may only need $500,000. What is that? Because you do have to pay a premium on that amount. So beware of that. People, it's so easy to say, I want a $2 million policy. Well, that's going to cost you $300 a month for the rest until something happens or if nothing happens.
Yeah, and if nothing happens, you're not getting that money back.
And that's what happened. People go on gun-ho, I can do this $300 until year 5 and bills are due. Guess what? They can no longer pay it and the insurance policy lapse. So you pay
and you lose all that money.
Can you say that again?
I'm going to tell you right now.
You lose all that money. It has to stay in place until that person passes away.
Until they expire.
You can't just say, it sounds good, $2 million, but
we gotta bring it.
I'm healthy. I'm not going nowhere, per se. So now year 5, you can't afford it. So think about what you need. But if that is exactly what you need to make it, then you have to make it your business to make sure you pay whatever that premium is. You can't afford for it.
That's why a lot of those things, when we had stable economies and people had blue collar jobs, all of those things were taken out of their paycheck.
Right.
There
so you didn't have to think about it. Correct.
If you just went to the factory and you showed up every day, you worked 40 hours a week, insurance was taken out of your thing.
Yeah. Your retirement
was taken out. Your Social Security, all of that. So we had a system in place so that by the time you retired at 65 years old, all of the things that you need to be able to live from 65 to 85 or 90 were already waiting for you. You had burial insurance. You had all of the stuff laid out, so all you can enjoy quality life after you retire. And you got a retirement party. They don't even do that no more.
And we probably need to do a podcast with a specialist because we have so many overnight millionaires. We have so many people, influencers, making this fast cash, millions of dollars, and they don't have anything set up. They don't have insurance set up. They don't have
listen,
IRA set up.
How about just us? We don't even have nothing set up.
Right.
We need to have it for us.